Hello and welcome to today's webinar of phase 1. We're just waiting for, I would say, another 20 to 30 seconds until all participants have logged in, and then we are right to start. Okay, so I think we now will start. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome everyone to a new webinar from phase 1. Our today's webinar is made together with two companies. So we have the company DigiSky here joining me and the company GeneGIS. Both are from Italy. And just so, no, okay, get it going. Yeah, let me introduce you today's presenters. My name is Carsten Wieser. I'm part of the phase 1 sales team since more than 12 years now, and since quite some time acting as integrator sales manager. I'm based in Cologne in Germany. I have two presenters, as said, joining me today, and we will learn how digital twins of hydropower dams support plant operations. So from DigiSky, I welcome Carlo Caiaffa. Backed by 20 plus years of experience in the aerospace industry, DigiSky provides customer with turnkey integrated services and solutions. The DigiSky SmartBay solution, for example, is one of their products which enables easy adaptation of different sensor types, like the phase 1 aerial cameras, to nearly any type of high-wing general aviation airplane. And then from GeneGIS, I welcome Stefano Crepaldi. GeneGIS is a geo-ICT specialist. GeneGIS offers a full range of services to follow the entire life cycle of project-based and geographical data, from acquisition of the raw data, processing and integration through the development of bespoke software applications. Welcome, Carlo, and welcome, Stefano.
Thank you, Carsten.
Thank you, Carsten.
So before I will hand over the presentation, first to Carlo, then to Stefano, let me give you a short overview of our phase 1 company and products. Phase 1 is a world-leading provider of digital medium format imaging solution founded 1993 in Denmark. We provide ultra-high resolution cameras and highly productive software solutions. We operate several sales and support centers for phase 1 across the globe. In Denver, Colorado, it is for the Americas region. In Cologne, in Germany, for the EMEA region. And in Hong Kong, we operate an office for Asia and South Pacific regions. For our company headquarters is based in Copenhagen, in Denmark, together with our main R&D center. We operate further R&D and production centers in Israel and Japan. And in addition to that, we have more than 50 distribution partners with a global network of sales and support centers, which makes us a fully customer-centric organization offering 24/7 customer support. Yeah, we really serve the world-leading brands with top image quality and productivity in a great number of applications. Let me now give you a short overview about the phase 1 aerial products. So phase 1 has been supplying specialized cameras for a wide range of aerial photography applications since 2012. Those cameras are always made on the edge of technology by using the most modern sensors available on the market, delivering the best possible image quality. Over the years, we have continuously developed these products to meet the market requirements. From a standalone aerial camera for various applications, it can be integrated in nearly all kinds of aerial platforms, for manned aviation aircrafts or for unmanned drones, ranging from 50 to 280 megapixels, up to the phase 1 aerial systems or PAS systems, which are turnkey solutions for aerial survey flights. The P3 drone payload is the latest addition to our portfolio and offers easier integration of our phase 1 IXM cameras to DJI or Mavic-based drones. Here you can see the phase 1 cameras, phase 1 camera range today. The IXM camera, which is 50 or 100 megapixels, the IXM RS camera with 100 or 150 megapixels, and the two large format cameras with 190 and 280 megapixels. The cameras of the IXM series can be easily integrated and used into a wide variety of aircrafts. Due to its size and weight, the IXM is ideal for unmanned drones or anywhere where size and weight matters. The cameras of the IXM-RS series, with their even higher resolution, are part of our phase 1 aerial systems, but also are built into a wide variety of aerial imaging systems made by many other integrators around the world, like DigiSky, for instance. The cameras are also often part of airborne LiDAR systems and helicopter-based systems for optical inspections. The IXM series cameras are often used in drones and inspection applications, such as inspection of bridges and roads, pipelines, railways, wind turbines, power lines, in agriculture and phenotyping applications, and as well in mapping applications that requires highest level of accuracy. The IXM-RS models are mostly used on larger areas in manned aircrafts, also for mapping applications in agriculture and forestry, as well as environmental monitoring for 3D city models, or next to airborne LiDAR systems and also for inspections. Yeah, but now it's time to hand over the presentation to Carlo, which is followed then by Stefano afterwards. So I'm already curious to learn from them how digital twins and hydropower dams support plant operations and how they make it and how they organize it. So Carlo, it's now your time. I will hand you over the presentation. So here you go.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Carsten. I'm trying to share my screen. Do you see my screen?
Yes, fantastic.
Okay,
yeah.
Very well. Thank you very much. So yes, we are going to talk about the digital twin and hydropower. DigiSky, as I said by Carsten, we are an airborne value-added integrated reseller. And today we're going to talk about the Skymetry operator network, because this is a solution which belongs to our Skymetry operator sensors, where GeneGIS, represented by Stefano, is a partner. Let me give you a bit of background of who we are. We are an Italy-based company. We are a certified company. Our core competence relies into airborne solutions and avionics solutions. And so our SmartBay solution is a solution which enables any airplane within the general aviation category to become an aerial mission. Skymetry is what we have designed to make sure that through strategic partnerships, and today you're seeing two of our major partners, Phase 1 and GeneGIS, throughout partnership, which are growing anyway, we are creating an end-to-end digital solution, which is named Skymetry. A bit of background about what we mean by end-to-end solution by showing into our shareholdership structure. As you can see within our shareholdership structure, we have Altec. Altec is a major aerospace company working mainly in the International Space Station. And that is relevant because when you want to fly, make special missions, you need a dedicated ground segment, and Altec supported us to the ground segment. And also you need to have access to satellite data. And that's the reason why we have this strategic, in this case, a shareholdership partnership. Satellite data are, yes, indeed, very relevant. They can fix and see a lot of things, and nevertheless, sometimes, like in the case of the dams, you need what we call the magnifying lens for satellites. So our solutions, especially the SmartBay one, are concentrating on making these magnifying lens of satellites images true. And how we do it? We do it by using, I would say, a smart from the name, but also new way of boarding sensors, which means that if you want to make sure that your airplane stay in dual mode, which means that they can make a standard traditional activities like sport, leisure, or taxi, and also special mission, then this type of solution is enabling higher room space. How do we do that? We do that by having a kind of, I would say, articulated technologies. So we have the pod, which is a carbon fiber pod, which is permanently related to the wing. Then we can carry different type of payloads. We have a payload control system which integrates all the IMU and GPS RTK technology, and And last but not least, we have a crew operator deck, which means that we attempt to give guidance to the pilot when he's running the mission. This is one example of what the crew operator deck can give, which with the tunnel in the sky, and also some feedback, not only about the sensors, but also about the mission that you're running yourself. We can use, within our SmartBay, we can use a variety of different sensors. Within the RGB and 4-band solution, phase 1 is clearly our preferred partner, but SmartBay is already mounting a bench of different sensors, like in the thermal, in the multispectral, hyperspectral, LiDAR, SAR in different bands, and also aerial gimbals. I think it's important to notice that we can also have a kind of a proprietary stabilization system. And this is only a one-axis stabilization system. This is very interesting because it can provide a very accurate stabilization at very low cost, while flying at our altitude is good enough to have one axis. This is one example of different configuration where we can fly the IXM family. But I think apart from the mechanical mounting, what is interesting is that we can also mount the phase 1 IX controller MK5 for data storage. This is very relevant, and be aware that clearly boarding the type of component means also dedicated STC, and we already have designed STCs in this respect. We board different sensors. Here you can see, for instance, a Regal LiDAR, and there is an Octopus Epsilon ISR system. So it's we attempt to have a variety of sensors that the customer can freely use. SmartBay, the interest of SmartBay is the concept of certified retrofitting, which means that we can, together with the device, with the hardware, and we can provide STCs for different airplanes. Here you see some of the airplanes we're working with, like Tecnam. Tecnam is a major partner of ours because of the interest of their airplanes in the special mission space. But we also have the Cessna 172, Piper, and we are making more STCs on also on multi-engine aircraft. So we have spoken up to now of SmartBay, which means what we call the aerial operation section. But Skymetry, and that's the reason why Skymetry exists, Skymetry is adding to the aerial operation also the ground operations, because when you perform missions, you need to plan, to make some pre-processing and also post-processing. And this is I think the interesting thing is that in post-processing, we very heavily cooperate with third parties. And as a matter of fact, today, GeneGIS is one of our third parties in this respect. So today we're going to show you an example, a real example, where you can see here within Skymetry, which is the solution which provides the air segment, the ground segment, and the post-processing. GeneGIS is integrated in this specific DAM project as a third party. And how do they do that? They do that by proposing their Pangea solution. Pangea is a cloud-based solution which enables self-service from customer, and that has been invaluable in the complexity that we faced with Iren. By the way, Stefano, we will show you some real example of the challenges. And what are the challenges? I'm just taking some of them, but first of all, I want to tell you that we work in those kind of broad areas with precision very high, in the range of 5 centimeters. And the Pangea 3D is providing both 2D and 3D models of the dams, of the basing, and also of the interferences. And I apologize here, there is a misspelling in the interferences. There is an operative scene simulation. There is a second mistake, sorry, great. I apologize for that. The interest in dumps is also of historizing data. It's important to see your dumps and your power plant going through different seasons and different years. And we will see real example how we can use it, and especially measure, for instance, even the quantity of water which will come into the basin. Another objective of the Iren project in the digital twin is having as build and as contextual situation in a metrologically validated way, enable visual inspection, and having also open data. You will see that you can, when you create a digital twin, then you want also some real-time data to be inputted into the system. That is happening thanks to Pangea. I think just one thing that I want to tell you specifically to the DAM is the fact that when you move into DAM, you also have to get into millimeter precision. And that's the reason why with Iren, we are also cooperating with DigiFly, which is one of our affiliates, Skymetry affiliate, in the unmanned, in the UAV segment. And they enabled us to create videos and create also some very close images of what we are going to do. One last point, you will not see in the demonstration afterwards, but I mean, by using SmartBay, you can fly also circular and corridor mapping clearly. So because the agility of the system is such that enables circular flight. And when you are flying over region which have a very differentiator altitude, a lot of difference in altitude, that becomes very relevant. So I pass the mouse to Carsten and to Stefano to see in detail the DAMS project.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Carlo, for all these explanations. Very, very interesting. So now I will change the presentation to Stefano, that he continues showing us the real data afterwards inside his cloud service. Okay, good.
Okay, thank you, Carsten. Okay, good morning, good evening, everyone. I'm the business developer and product manager of Pangea Cloud, and I support enterprise customer interested in Pangea Cloud solution to configure system requirements and performance. Today, I'm so happy to present you the Iren project, and but before I would like to show you brief overview of GeneGIS GI. Okay. Do you see the presentation? It's already okay.
Yes, we see it.
I'm sorry, but I have a problem with the try. Okay. You see the presentation?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, GeneGIS GI is an Italian SME in providing service and solution in the GeoICT area. We have over 100 professionals and plus of 20 years of experience and service in over 20 countries. We work in the field of energy and utilities, environment and agriculture, logistics and transportation, local and central government and cultural heritage. Our value proposition is composed by data detection and survey, data automation and integration, and system design and development. Here an overview related to our technology and partnership. And we have also a research and innovation business unit that work in the field of security, infrastructure resiliency, integrated maritime information, green logistics, and geospatial analysis. Here an overview of our main international project. Our project are related to the major international agency like UNDP, World Bank, European Union, and FAO. And today we are so glad to show you Pangea, our digital asset management system, and it's the first web platform able to organize the digital information involved in the decision-making process of your asset. Here there are the main features like custom development, interactive tool, scalable solution, real-time processes, and system integration. I would like to give you only some numbers before I start the live session of Iren project. In the world, there are actually 4,000 big dams with a reservoir over 1 million meter cubic. Caiaffa Dam is actually the world's biggest dam based on water storage capacity, with 185 billion cubic meters of water. In Italy, there are actually 528 big dams, and the 60% are more than 50 years old. For this reason, the maintenance is more important. And 13 of them are Iren's dams, are located in the Piedmont region, in the northwest part of Italy. This is a little overview related to the Italian legislation on dams. The main focus is control and monitoring all infrastructure and environmental survey. Monthly, half an year, and annual report are sent to MIT. It's the Italian Ministry of Infrastructure and Transportation, to ensure expected safety level. We are talking about important and complex infrastructure, but above all, our live infrastructure. For this reason, having a system easy to consult, but at the same time takes into account individual peculiarities, make the difference. And we hope with Pangea to do this. Okay, let's go to the live session.
I also wanted to say, meanwhile, that we have at the end, we have a question and answer session. So if you, during the webinar, have any question, please use the question chat box in the GoToWebinar tool. And later on, when Stefano's presentation is finished, we can answer question to phase 1, to DigiSky, and to GeneGIS as well. So sorry for interrupting, Stefano.
Oh, okay, okay, thank you, Carsten. Okay, this is the first view in Pangea Cloud. This is the Iren project. We are inside the project map view, where it's possible to see the location of the major dams. In the top, there are the main tool, like dashboard, where it's possible to see the configuration, like storage, shares, project, and download band or user, and enroll. But one of the most important things is data. Inside data tools, it's possible to see and import and upload all type of data. In this case, I show you the item that is possible to upload in Pangea and harmonize together, like CAD, vector file, like a shape file or GIS file, documentation. Also in documentation, there's a possibility to merge together geographical information system to obtain a geodoc. External link. Also here it's possible to bring to merge geographical information to have a POI in the map. Raster file or open data like web maps service. 3D objects are possible to import inside. Panorama, 360-degree photo or video. Photo, in this case, it's possible to upload a traditional photo edited by smartphone, or also like phase 1, and are managed inside the platform without any problem. And 3D point cloud comes from LiDAR application, terrestrial scanner application, or structure for motion application. We have also video, and in this case, it's possible to merge together geocoding for video. After that, I show you, we come back in the project map view. On the right, I show you the typical application in Iren to enter inside the project. This is the Lago di Ceresole and Saru project. How you can see, it's possible to select the specific project, read the project description, if you need, there's a possibility to use the basic 2D tools for measurement, like point coordinate, measurement line, or area, or add open data. For example, a web map service comes from GeoPortal, regional GeoPortal, national GeoPortal, or edit a note. In this case, we enter inside the engine 3D. Okay. This is of the first overview of the first machine 3D of Ceresole Reale and Lago Serru project. I set the project with more technical detail. Okay, like this. And I'm going to show you how, thanks to Pangea Cloud and the imagination system, Iren in a single system can the first centralize all information asset of the digital model of project in a single collaborative environment where it's possible to query the different point of interest. I show you, for example, now I press this point of interest related to webcam. I open that. Okay. Oh, we are lucky. This is a live webcam. Now you can see the actually weather condition.
You're lucky that it is not snowing, correct? That's
yeah, yeah, we are lucky. This is a 360-degree webcam, and this is the actually weather condition in Serru Dam. And after that, you can show you, this is another application that Iren uses. Here there's a video inspection. This is the video inspection related to the wall of the dam of Lago Serru, and it's a normal survey that involves UAV application to extract quality information related to the wall of the dam to merge with quantity information. In this case, here I try to show you. Okay, here I show you geo documentation. This is a PDF, and where are inside there are a lot of information related to the characteristics of the dams, and also like this you can see the merge with open data. In this case, we can see the live weather situation in Ceresole Reale. That data comes from open weather in this case, and we can see temperature, wind, humidity, and the pressure, and also you have the possibility to see the forecast for the next 5 days. After that, there are also the query for the vector file data, because Iren use Pangea for a quick consult of aircraft monitoring plans. In this case, for example, it's possible to query a gripping center of a single photo. We can read the name of the photo, altitude, longitude, and the height of the data. But not only, it's possible to see the raw data of DigiSky and phase 1 camera, like that. This is a picture in the summer period in 2020, and I show you the maximum detail of this on this photo. Or if you want, it's possible to see the last one monitoring. This is the last one in 2021 in March, I think, Carlo, if it's correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the situation. After that, it's possible to compare the data, and in this case, see the different condition in the quality condition in the different time, but not only, because it's possible to import destruction for motion results related to the survey. Now I show you, I upload in the system in the 3D scene the last data. Okay. In this case, for example, you can see the 3D point cloud in summer condition, and this is the winter time. After that, with this type of data and with type of information, because for example in red you can see the glacier area, in yellow the landslide area, there are a lot of information that can work together to obtain more value. In this case, I show you how Iren quickly and can obtain information related to the potential of water accumulation. How can do that? I show you this specific tool. Okay. With section, I try to create a section, for example, in this area. Okay. There's a 3D rendering in real time of the sensor that I've edited. I don't know if you can see, there are a lot of points.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to see from far end, really. Yeah. Maybe in 2D, okay. It's easier to go in 2D, yeah.
Okay, I try to show you in 3D. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, but I lost the...
You lost the point.
I lost the point, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
normally it's
okay, perfect. I find it. Okay. Okay, this is the section. Now I try to create a more light section. Okay. Here it's possible to see the quality and the quantity of data that it's possible to bring with this solution. How you can see, we can possible to evaluate the height of snow. In this case, for example, you can see it's maybe...
Yeah, because two lines, one is winter and the other one is summer, correct?
Yeah, it's correct. It's correct. It's correct. Yeah. After that, I show you one of the last applications that normally are used inside Pangea Cloud and are related to the 3D simulation of construction of the new construction site. I show you, I prepare a simulation. Okay, this is the parking area near the Wool Dam. Okay, in this case, it's possible to import an excavator, for example.
Which means that you had uploaded previously the CAD file of the excavator. Clearly, yes. I mean,
yeah, this activity is used for by Iren for technical documentation necessary for a new maintenance plan or safety review analysis. You can see it's possible to import inside a 3D model, like in this case excavator. You can rotate or scale if it's necessary, but now we are in scale 1:1 and set the position. After that, it's possible to configure the situation with this instrument tool, like area of works. In this case, I show you some tools that are normally used, and also with these tools, it's possible to evaluate the excavator working range for the safety activity, like that, or also bring geographical information related to a single point, linear, or like this, or 8 value, like this. Okay. all data and the 3D simulation in real situation, because we use the 3D point cloud, could be useful for technical documentation in Iren application. Okay, I have finished. I hope to have another opportunity to show you other tools.
I think the simulation scenario is really very interesting, very helpful. But I mean, to show a real application would be too complex. You made it very simple. Thank you very much, Stefano. I think it was clear.
Yeah, really thank you for the explanations and how to see how Pangea Cloud can help, I would say, the dam operators to monitor and manage their assets. So very interesting. Thank you for the insights. So yeah, we now continue. I think, Carlo, you want to add some further comments to the Skymetry. Is it correct?
Yes, I would like just to, because I mean, the objective is to make sure that these type of solutions can be scaled at global level, and Skymetry is designed to do that. So I wanted to show you how we do that.
Okay, I give you the presentation back. So 1 second.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Great. Yes, all right, great. Okay, I try to make it. Is that you can read it, you can see it?
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I just start from this picture. So in this case, this is a very specific case, which is based in our country, in Italy. In this case, DigiSky has been operating with Iren, which means that basically Skymetry is providing all this service on local scale. Now, the point is that we can very easily scale up this type of solution by using the so-called Affiliation Program, which means that basically by keeping the same three main areas of supply of Skymetry, the air segment, ground segment, and the post-processing third parties. In case of dams, we use GeneGIS Pangea, clearly. That means that if you are an operator, you're flying any machine, no matter whether UAVs or also airplanes, because I mean, we are mainly concentrating on general aviation, but as I showed you, it is relevant sometimes to have also the UAV. Basically, if you're a local aerial operator, you can become an affiliate. Becoming an affiliate means having a training on the solution and on the sales of the solution, because this is very relevant. The fact of learning what are the capabilities, learning from past experiences, and learning what you can propose to your customer. If you become an affiliate in an affiliated company, then you get the hardware supply and all the technical training. And once you have all the hardware supply and the technical training, you can qualify, of course, to your customer, to your local operator, engaging with local end users. And we supply to you pre-sale support, which means that if you want to go and show to your local operators how to do what can be achieved, we support you there, and you can directly get a contract, hopefully, out of the operator. And once you start to making a periodical operation, you can rely on our software mission and pre-processing solutions, because these is available to all our affiliated companies. And finally, since in this case we are operating as in a self-service mode, basically your customer is delivered with the platform and the data which has been prepared. So this is really what it means to be an affiliated company, which means that whenever in the world you think you can do this type of job because you own an airplane, or you're interested in this segment, or even entering this segment, then we could work in this way. But I think, and we have a bunch of different solutions which are already prepared. Here we are presenting the dams, but in reality we are working in the highways, in the railways. We are making some research product on water spill. We have an interest in also growing into agriculture and forestry. We have a solution already in accounting the quantity of wood for fire preventions, but there are more applications to come. We can work in different other verticals that you could become skilled of by becoming an affiliated. But I think there is something which is even more interesting. In some cases, we, Skymetry, we are already gaining some global contract, which means if I take, for instance, in this case, we do not use GeneGIS, we use an alternative partner. But I mean, in this case, this partner is already pre-commissioning contracts in different areas. So the same story, you could, in this case, you could become an affiliated, and even while becoming affiliated, granting a local contract if there are photovoltaic fields in your region, and then the same type of a principle. So what are the benefits of joining the Skymetry network? I mean, there are basically two personas of possible partners to us. The major one being the aerial operator affiliate, but we also have room for solution partner. GeneGIS is one of our solution partners in this specific case, but we have room for others because explained Skymetry is open for a cooperation. For the aerial operation, I think the advantages are the fact that you start to run a mature airborne technology, and your airplane becomes a very high productivity asset. You can gain, access to our verticals, which are growing. And the interesting thing is not only that they are validated in terms of technology, but they are also validated in terms of business model. And this is very important because in some of those projects, validating the business model is as complex as being capable of running a mission. You can have a more predictable ROI because in some cases, we rent the sensors ourselves. It's not for all the cases. It's not for sure for phase one sensors because we do not have any spare capacity. But for other sensors, we have the opportunity for you to work in OpEx mode. If you are already an aerial operator, you can shift from a data gathering role into an end-to-end solution vendor. Thanks to the relationship with Altec, we can even provide to you support in the gathering satellite data. In some cases, it is necessary. And clearly, as I said earlier, like in the solar power plant, you can even access some existing contract. On the other side, if you are a solution partner, you are a solution vendor, you have a digital solution, and you understand, you want to make sure that people can fly machines to make sure that the data exists, then you can join as a solution partner. I think it's relevant for you to be aware that we are cooperating with Tecnam because Tecnam provides very interesting aircraft. So we try to rely on their network of operators. So I would like to say that it would be interesting to join Skymetry. And Carsten, I think that's all from my side.
Good. Thank you, Carl. Very, very much. Thank you. So yeah, we then have, I would say, seen our presentation, and we now ask my colleague Tina if we have maybe received some questions to the topics we have seen in the webinar. So Tina, are you there? Do we have some questions for us?
Yes, I'm here, and we have received some questions. Just let me start with a question that's directed at Carlo. How long does it take to issue a new STC on a new aircraft?
Yeah, well, when talking about new aircrafts, our solution is designed in a modular way, which means that there is parts which are to be airplane specific and parts which are more platform-like. So normally, based on our grants, we can work out in 6 months an STC for a new aircraft. Having said that, we are investing in this moment ourselves in some of the major runner like Cessna, some Piper, Tecnam. So, but normally 6 months.
Okay. And the next question coming in is to Stefano. It says, we saw the example of Pangea Cloud is hosting digital twins and related files of dam assets in Italy. Could you give some examples of other assets that can be managed easily with Pangea Cloud?
Yeah. Pangea use on any asset. I can tell you the last application, for example, that was was related to a landslide that involved a viaduct in Italy. But there are a lot of different applications that involve not only viaduct but railway and we have a lot of data set and application that it's possible to show you.
Okay, thank you. And I think the next question is also going to you, Stefano, and it's about the scalability of the platform. If the amount of data is growing, particularly over time.
Yeah. Okay. No. There is no problem with the scalability of the platform or for the storage of the data because Pangea is a cloud solution, and part of the infrastructure of Pangea Cloud is Amazon Web Service solution that permit us to scale and performing all the necessary for our customer.
Yeah, I would say also that knowing the being a partner, I think that also the pricing, it's very interesting because the pricing is very much tailored to the size and the complexity of the project that the customer has to handle. So I mean, I think that GeneGIS has been doing a very good job within Pangea in designing a scalable pricing which can fit the small, just professional who's just working in his hometown to very large organizations such as major infrastructures providers. I can tell you that one of the cases that we know it's also very relevant for the digital twin is also the motorway. I mean, in general, the construction, especially the motorway construction. And generally, when you create a new infrastructure, you have to measure what volumes you are moving with your machines during the work. And this is also one application where the digital twin becomes very relevant. So you can know with a certain period what the volumes have been worked in creating the asset.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Carlo. And I have another question that is directed at you, and it's regarding Skymetry. If you have any specific geographic areas you're focusing on.
Yes, I would say in this specific point of time, because of the agreement that we have on, especially on the solar power, we have specific needs for growing our network in the Americas, more specifically LATAM. LATAM is an area where we have a lot of need for growing in terms of affiliation because it's a big area and there are a lot of opportunities. Asia Pacific is also interesting in some area like Thailand, for instance, and Australia also. There is a big demand in Australia. So I would say, generally speaking, United States, of course, it's interesting, but as far as United States are concerned, I think the most interesting thing would be to understand whether to have a real partner in the digital models for precision farming, because our technology is very competitive in terms of cost of data gathering. We can board multispectral and hyperspectral sensors, but we do not have yet a real partner for the models into the agronomy, and it would be interesting in the United States to scale up in this vertical.
Okay, thank you. Let me pass it back to Carsten, because that was the last question that we've received so far. Unless there's anyone wants to ask a question now, feel free to do so.
Otherwise, we have, you see on the screen, the email addresses. So if there's any question turn up, I would say at a later stage, feel free to drop us directly an email and get in contact with us. So we're happy to answer further questions. As always, the webinar will also be recorded or is recorded, so that we will have it online on our website, I would say in 2 to 3 days. And then you can watch it again or reference it to someone who wants, who should see it as well. So, so there's a chance to get in contact later on. So yeah, if there's no further question, I then say very much thank you to both of you, Carlo and Stefano. Very interesting topic, and to see it, the data, how it's used in the community and for the end customer. So thanks again. So I would say close the webinar for today. Thank you for all viewers joining this webinar series. We are looking forward to see you again at the next webinar. As said, the webinar is recorded and will be online in a couple of days. Yeah. So thanks again for joining to the audience. Thanks again for presenting to Carlo and Stefano. And yeah, have yourself all a successful and wonderful day. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, Carsten. Thank you, Phase One. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Carsten. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.